I left a prescription at a pharmacy once. I went to get birth control, and I was there at the counter and went to pay for it, and the price was very, very high. I said, wow, is this a 3-6 month prescription? No, ma'am, this is 1 month. And I said, it's cheaper to have a kid. And I left it there, and now I have my third son, Caden Boebert. And so I'm actually, it was turned out to be a really great thing.
Has anyone checked to see if Lauren Boebert actually graduated high school? I'm serious, I'm not even joking around about that. Now, Lauren Boebert, a congresswoman, is such a genius that she thinks raising a child is more affordable than birth control. While we're all aware that she has not a lot going on up there, she's no Rhodes Scholar, even I was naive enough to think that she had an understanding of, basic math. But I guess I was wrong. Boebert made that insanely stupid comment during a House hearing on the cost of prescription drugs. Instead of focusing on how the astronomical costs of prescription drugs has negatively impacted the lives of countless Americans, including her constituents, she used the hearing to advocate for having lots of kids, just like she did. She doesn't want to address the lack of support American families get due to policies she supports. She doesn't want to talk about the economic stresses that discourage young couples from starting a family. No, she can't be bothered with that. So instead, she insults our intelligence by declaring that raising kids is cheaper than the pill. Okay, so let's dig into reality for a moment. Statistics from the Brookings Institution, an economic think tank, show that the average middle-income family with 2 children will spend $310,605 to raise a child born in 2015 up to age 17. That doesn't even take into account the absurd costs of higher education. Inflation has played a huge role in creating an untenable situation for most couples who want to have kids.
Just the estimated annual family expenses for that now second grader, they've gone up from around $12,500, which you're already thinking, I'd like to pay a little bit less when that person was born, up to more than $18,270 a year. So that is an increase in that little bit of time of 45%. Nobody likes that. As any parent will tell you, those first years are typically the most expensive because of things like diapers and formula. That's stuff you're obviously not buying at age 7, yet the costs still skyrocketing. But then you get into the everyday things like grocery and childcare. These things are up 25%. Okay, that is a little bit harder to deal with, all right? The average home price and health insurance, this is the big whammy, the triple whammy, if you will. Family of 4, these costs are up more than 40%. 40%.
Great, so how expensive is birth control? I'm sure the costs are comparable since Boebert was willing to publicly make the statements she made. Well, she wasn't specific about the birth control she was referring to, and there are several kinds for women. Boebert referred to prescription medication, so for the sake of this discussion, let's assume she was talking about the pill. Prior to the Affordable Care Act contraceptive provision in 2012, of course, about 15% of people on birth control pills were paying no out-of-pocket costs for oral contraceptives like the birth control pill. According to our research using the Medical Expenditure Panel survey, that percentage jumped to nearly 67% in 2017 to 2018, which is consistent with other scientific literature. Among people that pay for birth control pills, the average annual out-of-pocket expenditure is $226 for the insured population and $268 for those without insurance. This is an additional expense on top of any required out-of-pocket payment to the doctor for initial consultations, which average $87 annually. For those paying cash at the pharmacy for birth control pills, prices for 30-day fills range from $22 to $79 among the most popular pills. So the average cost of birth control would be $264 to $948 per year, respectively. In other words, birth control can absolutely be expensive, yes, and difficult to obtain for low-income women, especially if they're uninsured. But more expensive than raising a kid? Be serious now, Bobo. Be serious. But I mean, when has there been a House hearing where Lauren Boebert didn't embarrass herself? I mean, at this point, we should just expect it.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. We really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.